Hi everybody and welcome to this week's Minecraft Snapshot. This is Snapshot 21w37a, Marvelous Mountains and Colossal Caves. If you've been playing or testing out the experimental snapshots, then what you'll see today won't be too much of a shock to you, but I haven't played them, so I'm excited to see what Mojang have in store for us. There's a lot in this snapshot, so we won't be deep diving each point, as that would make the video very long, and I'm more than sure that we'll be revisiting these points in future snapshots anyway. So, getting straight into it. The new features outlined in 21w37a are as follows: added noise caves and aquifers, dripstone caves, underground biomes, grove biomes, lofty peak biomes, lush cave underground biomes, a meadow biome, snow-capped peaks, snowy slopes, stony peaks. Also, they've outlined a new ore distribution and large ore veins. Overworld build and generation limits have been expanded. Noise caves are a new way for Minecraft to generate caves, which will provide more variety. Now, someone was definitely hungry when it came to the descriptions of the noise caves, because we have cheese caves, called so because of the holes in them like Swiss cheese. Spaghetti caves, long squiggly tunnels, which can sometimes be like tagliatelle. Noodle caves, thinner and more claustrophobic. The old caves and canyons will still be generating along with the new type, which will form some interesting cave systems, they've said. Underwater cavers and canyons have been removed, and the new aquifers generations will handle underwater caves instead. So all these underwater bits are being handled by that, which I think it looks really good. I really do like it. These will be containing plenty of pointed dripstone and dripstone blocks. Some places you'll find larger stalagmites, stalactites and columns built from dripstone blocks. These are also great places to get copper, as we can see some there as well. Look at this. Look at this column. The grove biome, snowy terrain with big spruce trees. I haven't seen any with a big spruce tree just yet, but that's what they say is on there. And powdered snow traps. Again, I've not really noticed any powdered snow, unless I'm being blind to it. But they are traps. So maybe, just maybe, there could be powdered snow. These areas, and there's a few of these biomes that are just an interaction between the mountain and the lower regions. This will generate on a high altitude beneath mountain peaks. So like I said, most of these terrains, biomes, are going to be between the peaks and the lower regions. The mobs that are native to this area are the wolves, rabbits and foxes. Next up, lofty peaks biome, dramatic jagged mountain peaks with snow and stone, and the goat is the native mob here as well. These are one of the biomes I'm most excited to see in the game with this update. There's moss covering the floor and ceilings. Spore blossoms grow here in the ceiling, releasing these drip particles which are amazing. These areas contain clay pools that have drip leaf plants growing out of them. You'll also find azalea and flowering azalea bushes, cave vines and glowberries here. They say as well that if you find an azalea tree either above or below ground, then you'll know there's a lush cave beneath you, but I'm yet to see a spawned in azalea tree. Maybe because most of the lush caves I keep finding are quite deep, so there's probably too many blocks in between where a space would be for an azalea tree to grow. But no, I haven't found one just yet, but I like the idea. Next up you have the meadow biome, large grassy and flowery biome. You'll find these generating typically on high plateaus or next to large mountains. We're told to think Sound of Music. So hopefully I can find a large one, and I'll definitely get that impression of Sound of Music. The native mobs to the meadow biome will be the donkeys, rabbits and sheep. And if you're lucky enough to get a lone tall oak or birch tree, then you get a bee's nest with that as well. Snow-capped peaks. These are smooth mountain peaks with ice, snow, and apparently yetis. Oh no, wait, they were kidding. It's just goats. But I really like these. I like the whole ice thing looking like glaciers up here. This is a nice area. I do like this. Then we have snowy slopes, and again this is just another way to transition from a mountain to a lower region. So these are snowy terrains that can hide powder snow, so again you're going to make sure you need your leather boots on the ready. Stony peaks are mountain peaks that may be jagged or smooth. The area sometimes will contain strips of a calcite, which is good news, and of course the good old goat is native here, and it looks really good next to this peak as well. I like the transition between the two. The new ore generation has been made to match the new world height and to add more strategy to mining. Mining at Y11 will no longer be the ideal level to gain all ores. Iron ores will generate below Y72 with a strong liking to Y16. Also, it will generate above Y112 and increase in generation the higher you go. Copper ore will generate between Y0 and Y96 with a strong liking to Y48. Lapis will generate below Y64 and will have a bias to Y0. However, between Y32 and Y-32, lapis will not generate to exposed air. Coal will be generating above Y0 and favourable to Y96 and up. Coal will generate with reduced air exposure, so you will find more of your if you're digging around. Gold will generate below 32 and will have a bias to Y-16 with extra gold still being available at the Badlands. Redstone ore will generate below Y16. After Y-32 the generation will increase the further you go down. And finally diamonds. These will generate below a Y16 and will increase the further you go down. However, diamonds have a reduced air exposure, so you're more likely to find them buried or underwater. The overworld build and generation limits have changed as well. The world generation has been increased by 64 blocks both up and down, now with a total range of 384 blocks. Diorite, granite and andesite will not generate below Y0 and less above Y60, but the size and positioning of their generations has been tweaked. Gravel strips will be found in stony shores. A couple of block changes. Enchanting tables will now emit a small amount of light, and using shears on cave vines, twisted vines, weeping vines or kelp will stop them from growing, so that's great news instead of having to use string all the time. I like that. That's a good change. Now this is a change that I have been looking forward to since I first heard about it. Mob spawning. Monsters will now only spawn on a light level of 0. This is huge. I am so excited for this feature change. Just think of all these mood scenarios that you can now create in your bases. This is good news. This is big news. Lastly, the following changes are made in this snapshot. Villagers no longer attack baby villagers. Protect the babies. Oxalotos now only spawn in lush caves and have their own separate mob cap. They've also raised the cloud level from 128 to now 192. This was just a quick run through of the additions and changes in the Snapshot 21w37a, so I've linked the patch notes in the description below. But what has been your favourite thing to hear about in this snapshot? Let me know in the comments below. I think for me it's got to be the lighting change, personally. I really do think that's a game changer right there. But please leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed already then please do so. But my name is GingaNinja. I'll catch you on the next snapshot update. Bye.